right, well, let's get started. Welcome to the 2014 Ms Hockey Banquet. I'm Kevin Kurtt, the editor of Let's Play Hockey. Nearly 10,000 goals scored in almost 1,400 games. 2 champions named, blood, sweat, and tears shed for this game we all love. And now we put a wrap to the season with an afternoon of honoring the best of girls hockey in Minnesota, both on and off the ice. First, congratulations to Blake and Hill Murray on your state championships. It was quite a magical run for both of those teams to the top of girls high school hockey in the state of Minnesota. Next, congratulations to all the players, coaches, and parents for your success during the season. Thanks also to you for supporting Let's Play Hockey over the years. We're mainly a reader-submitted publication, so it's you that's the lifeblood of a newspaper that's been in existence for 42 years. Before we really get into the program, a few announcements. As you probably saw, there are complimentary copies of the last few issues of Let's Play Hockey out in the lobby. Feel free to pick those up. Next, thanks to North Star Sports TV, the Ms Hockey Awards Banquet is being streamed live on the internet today for the first time. Finally, make sure to stop by the 25th annual Let's Play Hockey Expo, just downstairs here at the RiverCentre, March 7th and 8th. There's 350 booths, 200 manufacturers, latest hockey equipment, and all that. Now allow me to introduce our MC for the day. She's a hockey-loving anchor and reporter for Fox 9 Sports, a 2-time Emmy winner. She came to Fox 9 in 2004 after working in Milwaukee, Boston, and Chicago. A multi-sport athlete in high school and college, she can be found secretly cheering on her alma mater, Boston College. Sorry. Please give a warm welcome to Dawn Mitchell.
Thank you for not booing the Boston College. Usually people do that. First of all, thank you for allowing me to stand up here today and be your MC, because I look out and I see all of you talented young women, and it brings me back to my high school days, but it also shows me how far we've all come, and it's very inspiring for me. And I'm a hockey freak. I am. Hockey is my favorite sport. I know the Vikings don't like it when I tell them that. I love to watch it. I love to play it. I love to read about it. I love to breathe it. But it's one of the sports I love, but it is my favorite. So here's my little hockey background. My first game I've ever played was on the ponds back in Massachusetts. I'm from the South Shore, Massachusetts, and I went to Boston College, as you heard. But I did not really have, I have 4 brothers, and none of them played hockey, not one. My dad didn't play hockey. My dad was football, baseball. But the kid across the street, Wayne Mahoney, they called him Beefy because he was 200 pounds in the 5th grade. Said, come on, we're going to play. And I'm like, yeah. So I went out there and I played with a pair of boys beat-up figure skates from my other neighbors. I didn't know what I was doing, and I was hooked. I loved it. Beefy would hip check me into the snowbank on the other sheet of ice because we would, as you guys do here, just kind of clean them off. But you know what? There were no girls' leagues in Massachusetts when I was young, so I played soccer. And so that's the reality. So that's why one of the reasons I'm so proud to see this. My high school team did not have a girls' hockey team, so I played soccer. Boston College, when I went, it was a club team. And by this time, I was already playing soccer. I went to BC to play soccer. But I always followed hockey. I started going to all the games, Beefy Mahoney's, all of the high school games, all of the college games at BC. I started working right out of school for some of the TV stations behind the scenes. I would be what they called a field producer or a stage manager, handing the cards to some of the announcers. I worked with Doc Emmerich. If you guys listen to the Olympics or been listening to any of the NHL, I mean, he's amazing. You know, Gary Thorne. I'm in the broadcast booth with some of these amazing hockey minds, and I got to pick their brains, listen to them, be in the interview rooms, meet Wayne Gretzky, meet Bobby Orr, you know, meet Ray Bourque. And so to be in hockey is more than just to play. And you guys all know, it's a family. You know, the hockey community, like nothing else, is just so tightly knit. And then I got my first on-air job. It was ugly, but I did it. I was a sideline reporter for the Providence Bruins, and I loved it. And they were shocked that a woman knew something about hockey. Next thing I know, I'm being the Hockey East host. And let me tell you, here's a funny story. Sometimes you can know your hockey and it still doesn't help. They make those makeshift rooms. You know where the officials go in, the officials' rooms, right? Well, they put a sign that said media. And so I'm doing my interviews. I'm sitting there, and it was Providence College playing Maine. And I remember it to this day because it was an officials' room that was also their bathroom, and officials do not read signs that say media, let's just tell you. So I'm interviewing a guy from Maine whose first language is French. We're in a makeshift locker room. It's not glamorous. And I'm asking this kid questions, and I know that they said his English is a little spotty. He was answering fabulous questions. However, they were not the ones I was asking. I would ask him something, he'd answer something smiling and totally fabulous, but not what I asked. And we would hear a flush because one of the officials would come in, use the facilities, and flush, obviously not reading. This went on, this is a good test of fire, going on for probably 2 minutes, and they finally wrap us, and I'm shaking the hand of the guy, and he's really nice, and turned out the PR guy said, "I am so sorry, he's deaf in the ear you were talking in." And I said, good, he didn't hear the flush, because everyone at home heard it. Like, were you in a bathroom? So it's not glamorous, but if you love the game, you love the game. Now, when I look out, too, and I see all you women, I think of one thing. When I was growing up, it was, "You've come a long way, baby." I never really liked that. And then, you know, we all heard, "You go, girl." Well, I'm here to challenge you and be like, it's about time. Now my high school, they have a team. It's a co-op team because back east still there's not enough women that play it. But they have a co-op team and then they're playing, so it's about time. BC, Division I, hockey. They lost to the Gophers. I was kind of happy. I have to admit it because you see what the Gophers have done. They're going for the three-peat, national championship. They're packing Ritter Arena. It's about time. There might not ever be a pro league, but there might be because we see people like Natalie Darwitz, who was calling the Olympics out in Sochi. We see all of these women who have come up through the ranks, and there's nowhere for them to go after. But don't think your skills aren't used because what you learn as a teammate, what you learn as a friend, what you learn about losing, and what you learn about winning and how to conduct yourself helps you because no matter what, even if there is a pro team by the time you guys are ready, sometimes it doesn't last forever. I know that with the Wild. I've covered the Wild, I've covered the Blackhawks, I've covered the Bruins. It doesn't last forever whether you're a man or a woman. But let me tell you, if there is a pro team, Minnesota is probably where it should start because I'm looking at a packed house for Let's Play Hockey for the Ms Hockey Awards here. It's the biggest crowd that they've had, and I say it is about time. So I think you should all give yourselves a round of applause because you guys are amazing. The championships, the state championships were just incredible. I'd be watching the Wolves last night and logging all the games and just amazing hockey. I wish I had the chance to play. I wish I could go back and tell Beefy Mahoney, "Oh yeah, well I'll see you when I'm playing on the ice at Boston College and when I lose to the Gophers of the University of Minnesota." But you know what? It's all about the sport. It's about loving it. It's about being a team, and you don't stop being a team. You don't, because when you get into the real world, you're still a team. The skills I learned with 4 brothers and playing sports, I played soccer, basketball, and track. I went to BC to play soccer, got hurt, lost my spot on the team to a hotshot freshman. My friends told me to be a cheerleader, and I love cheerleaders, but when you're an athlete, you want to compete, you want to be on a team. I joined the rugby team. I don't know what I was doing. I'm a little crazy, but that is how it goes. But I want to tell you this. Those skills have helped me go into a profession where I'm a teammate. I'm not only a teammate with the people at my television station, I'm a teammate with the Mark Rosens, the Dave Schwartz, because we're at the same thing. We're a team. And it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, you're on the team. So those skills that I learned about losing, about winning, about pressure, about performing, about being a good teammate still comes true now. But I want to leave you with this. As young women, as you get older, you have to, just like you do when you're on the ice and the teammate falls or even the opponent and you reach back and you kind of help them up, you got to do that with other women. You got to help them up. I look at Jamie Hirsch right here. You guys may or may not know this. Was it 2004? 2005? I just got here from Chicago, and here's young Jamie Hirsch in high school, who was my intern for the day, my job shadow, following me on the sidelines of the high school football tournament. And now look at her sitting right up here, and you guys see her on TV every day. I want to see more women like that. Reach back, lift someone up, help them. Let me tell you, you're never going to injure yourself or get out of a game by helping someone up, but you might by falling down on them. So help your fellow woman, help your fellow teammate, and just go forward, because it's about time. And it's about time for me to stop, too. So I am going to call up Kate Hallett. She's going to give the invocation, and we're going to get this party rolling, because it's about time.
Everybody, I am Kate Hallett from St. Paul United, and I just wanted to say congratulations to everybody here on a fabulous and tremendous season and state hockey tournament. Now please bow your heads as we do our invocation. Dear Lord, we thank you for this day, and we thank you for yet another great Minnesota State Hockey Tournament. We thank you also for everybody who have helped make this event possible, and we ask that you bless every single person in this room, both now and for the duration of our journeys, both as young women and as hockey players. We also ask, Lord, that you help us to recognize your presence and your blessings in all that we do, especially within our accomplishments. Lord, please help us to do your will all the days of our lives, and bless this food to our use and us to thy loving care and service. Amen. Amen.
Thank you, Katie. We're going to now have lunch. You enjoy, and then after lunch, we'll get on with the rest of the program. Thank you. Okay, everyone, we're going to settle things down a little bit, ramp things up. I know the girls are a little nervous. I asked them if they were nervous sitting up here like they're at a wedding, kind of like looking at everyone. And I know some of your friends have been making fun of them. They've been telling me, so be nice. It's kind of strange for them to be up here having a great time. I'm finding out where they're going to school. One brave soul leaving the state. But I just want to also let you know, if you have friends and family that want to listen to this, it's being live streamed on mnhockeymag.com. And also, I've been taking twit pics. And I love social media, so I'm going to put it on Instagram and Twitter. So if you girls want to find it, Dawn AT Fox 9, and I'll put that on Instagram. And we're having fun up here. So I just wanted to again thank everyone for coming here. And you know, we brought up a couple of good things at our dinner conversation about how impressed we are with all of you young women, and how many years ago, as I said in my intro, this would never happen. Also, George here was joking around that it's really nice to see everyone kind of get dressed up and be women for a moment. And it's not often I wear a dress, so I just want to tell you, I'm with you right there. As my mom always said, be an athlete first, and then off the field or the ice, you're a lady. And so I really appreciate all of that. So we're going to get started, because I know that there's a lot of young ladies up here that want to find out exactly who are the winners, but we know that everyone is. And I'm not saying that as being part of a trophy generation. I think that if you're here, you've already known what it takes to be a champion and to compete and to support your fellow teammates. So we all get that, don't we? Well, I'm going to introduce right now George McGuire from Chevrolet, who is one of the main sponsors, and he's a little nervous to talk. He's very, very shy. So if we can all be really nice to him. George is a hockey dad. That's what he wanted to be known as, and so I really support that. He's got a son that's playing in juniors right now, so for the love of the game, here's George McGuire.
Hello, and thank you for the applause. First of all, I want to thank the sponsorship opportunity that was given to me in my business. It's wonderful, and it's truly amazing to look out into the room and see just all the people here and supporting the hockey. I am a hockey dad, and something that, Dawn, you mentioned earlier was the speaking of what happens after hockey. And I'm an independent businessman, and I think you'll find it that a lot of the things that you learn right now, that you're experiencing, will be a wonderful transition into business as you grow older. The competitive nature, the teamwork, and all those things that you put together on the ice will transition into your future life and everything else. So it was interesting having a conversation with the young ladies over here. Some of them played with one of my neighbors, Kelsey Klein. I thought that was kind of a fascinating point. So anyway, I didn't plan on any long speech or anything like that. I want to thank you for the opportunity to be here. I'm very proud to be a sponsor of the girls program. And I look forward to doing this many years in the future. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to get into a segment now that we like to call guest speakers. And two fabulous women to my right, they're going to come up and speak. And first, Erica McKenzie. You probably have heard her name if you've been following hockey at all, whether it's Ms. Hockey, whether it's the Gophers, or now whether it's the Wild. Just a tremendous woman. And I want to say something. When I first got here in 2004, as I said, I was fascinated by the amount of women in hockey, and I was enthralled by how the Gopher women handled their program. And players like Erica and everyone after that, I didn't even know what Ms. Hockey was, to be honest with you. I said, oh, please don't tell me they wear a tiara, you know. And they said, no, Ms. Hockey, and I loved it. So when I followed her at the U, I was new and got to know when Laura was the coach, and now it's Brad. Just some tremendous women that are on this team, and Erica is no different. But it takes something to be able to say I graduated and now I'm working for the Wild. And so when you're working for a professional sports team, you better be a tough woman. And so I introduce to you one tough woman who knows how to handle herself, Erica McKenzie.
All right, it's funny that Don just said that because the other day, actually our last Wild home game, someone came up to me and was like, by the way, I think they had a couple drinks in them, but they said, hey, weren't you the, Miss, I was like, what? They're like, Miss Hockey, didn't you win Miss Hockey one year? And I'm like, I didn't know what this meant, Miss Hockey, but yeah, let's go with that. Like I had a sash. I'm like, what is that? So, but again, I think he had a couple drinks in him, so it was funny, but. Well, yes, thank you for having me. I first want to, obviously, it's great to be here with the other sponsors. This banquet wouldn't take place without them. So, but I do want to congratulate everyone up here today, all the award winners, parents, coaches, and participants. It's an incredible thing to be here today. I can't believe it's been 10 years since I was up here with the Miss Hockey Award. It's either time's flying or I'm getting old. It's probably both. But looking back when I was playing hockey, I felt almost like I wished my career away. I know that sounds crazy, but I kept saying in high school, I can't wait to get to college to be a Gopher. And then my freshman year at the University of Minnesota, we won the national championship. So I thought, well, that was easy. Like, we're going to do that next year too, right? So I can't wait till next year. That didn't happen, but that's how it went. And then my junior year, I couldn't wait to be a senior at the U. And it just continued to go on like that. And my dad kept saying, don't wish your college career away. It goes by way too fast. And he was right. It flew by. After 2010, my so-called competitive career was over. And I thought, well, what now? Well, one of the coaches along the way prided himself on two things. He said, I will make you girls better hockey players, but most importantly, I want to make you better people. And that really stuck with me. I knew I couldn't play forever. I mean, who can really these days? Even in the NHL, those guys can't play forever. But especially with women, there's not a professional team yet. Who knows? There might be one day. So yes, there is this thing called life outside of sports. It's true, this does exist. The truth is, the journey that you're on right now in your sports career is prepping you for your future in life outside of sports. You shouldn't pride yourself on wins and losses or how many goals you had in that game, which I know can be tough, but you should pride yourself on how you play the game, how you carry yourself, how you treat your coaches, teammates, and parents, and what you take away from the game. Many people ask me, well, how did you end up at the Wild? How did you get that job? It seems like a dream job for you. And to be honest, it is. I feel very fortunate, and I know I'm lucky. But this job didn't just fall into my lap. There were people that went to bat for me. They didn't say, you should hire her because she's a good hockey player. They said, you should hire her because of the person she is, the dedication and passion she possesses, because of what I, received out of playing hockey. And it's kind of funny because when you were talking, there's so many similarities when Don was talking at the start, about being a team. And I feel like I take the same thing into the office. Sometimes my boss even comes in and is like, hey, Eric, remember this isn't a locker room, because that's what I think of. I mean, the front office is almost like a team. And I will say the sports world is a little different than probably corporate America, but I feel fortunate enough where I still feel a part of the team, and things that I took from high school and college, I possess now with my profession with the Wild. So I guess I say this, take a look inside yourself. What would your teammates and coaches and parents say about you? Maybe they would say that you possess all these things and that you're a great person and all these things, but maybe not, who knows? But I know once your competitive sports career, playing hockey, is over, you enter a new chapter in life. My hope is that each one of you take the time to show your gratitude and respect to the people around you that have influenced your life. Because when you reach the next chapter in life outside your sports and playing career, you want someone to say, wow, she was a great hockey player, but you know what? She was an even better person. So on behalf of the Minnesota Wild, I want to say congrats for being here, and good luck to all of you up here. It's a great honor.
I want to echo something that Erica just said. I sometimes have to remember I'm not in a locker room when I'm hanging out in the sports office. Being surrounded by all men my entire life, 4 brothers, no sisters, playing sports, working in sports. As I was talking to George, being in a locker room, 9 times out of 10, I walk in there. One guy from the Timberwolves years ago said, no one told me there's a girl in here. And I looked. I thought someone brought their daughter in. I'm like, me? Oh, man, you get used to me. I'm always here. I don't realize I'm the only girl. You sometimes forget that you're not with a team, but as long as you don't, slapping people on the back or doing any of that, the things that Erica had just spoken of, the teammate and supporting people, even when you lose. Because let me tell you, when you lose at work and that your paycheck depends on it, it's difficult, but you're learning that right now. Our next speaker, Jamie Hirsch. I kind of intimated a little bit that we knew each other, and I'm telling you, my first year here, 2004, I was here maybe a month. I didn't know Benilde St. Margaret's from Wyzetta, but I knew how to pronounce them both. I knew how to pronounce them. I was here maybe a month, and I'm covering the high school football. And here comes this sweet, adorable young girl in high school saying, hi, I'm going to shout at you today. I'm Jamie. And I'm like, well, hello. I'm telling you, that was awesome. But the fact that she knew her stuff, she carried herself well. I know some people that are being paid to be on the sidelines that didn't carry themselves as well. So the pride of Champlain Park, then she went to Madison, and now she is here, as you know, on Fox Sports North after going to college at California, right? She is here now, and I'm just telling you, when I look at Erica, when I look at Jamie, and I look at you out there, I'm really proud. I'm really proud to see more women doing what they love in the field that they love, and it doesn't matter what sport. And especially giving someone like Jamie now a microphone so that she can do it. Jamie Hirsch, everyone.
Thank you, Dawn, for that, and good afternoon, everyone. I want to say thank you first and foremost to Doug Johnson and everyone else at Let's Play Hockey for inviting me to be a part of this awesome event here today. It's amazing to read in the bulletin and hear from other people talking about all the accomplishments of these young women up here. It's a huge honor to be among you because I've never played organized hockey, which makes me even a bigger admirer of all that you guys do. But I do spend a good 6 months of the year watching and talking, reading, writing, and really just loving the sport of hockey. I've had the pleasure of covering almost every single Wild and Gopher hockey game for the pre and the post-game shows on Fox Sports North. So you might see me with a Wes Walls or a Tom Chorsky or a Doug Woog talking some hockey. And so those are some of the greatest minds out there. I have some very good teachers to learn more every day about the game of hockey. I remember the first time I was ever at XL Energy Center. I was a senior at Champlain Park High School with dreams of one day becoming a sports journalist. For as long as I can remember, I've loved sports, and I grew up playing volleyball, basketball, and softball, but I never really excelled as an athlete. Instead, I preferred to sit and watch the better athletes with my dad, my cousins, my brother, grandpas, and talk about the game and analyze the game. That was really what I preferred to do. I grew up idolizing Michelle Tafoya. Of course, she's a local girl too, from Medina, and I remember watching her on the sidelines of Monday Night Football and thinking, I want to do that, or something like that in sports. So I spent the fall of my senior year covering our high school football team, doing coach and player interviews after practice, and putting together a pre- and a post-game report for our little high school TV show, just like you might do at the professional level. But of course now, if you showed me that video, I'm sure I'd be horribly embarrassed at what I looked like back then. It's probably some pretty good blackmail material for my friend who had the little home video camera and followed me around to all these games. But at the time, it was enough to help me pitch the idea of a student on the sidelines gig for the Minnesota State High School League tournaments in football, hockey, and basketball. So that's what I did. That's where I got to meet and shadow Dawn Mitchell. And it was a great experience because I got to interview the fans and the players, again, from the students' perspective, and that's really what the whole high school tournaments are all about. Which brings me back to my first time at XL. I remember the excitement surrounding the hockey tournament, even more so than those football and basketball tournaments. There was a buzz in the building. It might have helped that it was a relatively new arena at the time. But I think more than that, it was just the identity people had of this being the state of hockey and the excitement surrounding this sport that is really so important to us all here in Minnesota. I had a blast covering that tournament in my very limited role, but I never dreamed that I would be back at that same arena with that same vibe and that same buzz covering a professional hockey team 8 years later. That experience with the tournaments led me to pursue a broadcast journalism degree at the University of Southern California. And as you can imagine, I didn't do a whole lot of covering hockey games out in Los Angeles, but I did have a great time and gained some really valuable experience that helped me get that first job out of college. That first job was at the ABC station in Madison, Wisconsin, where I covered all things Badgers, unfortunately, including 3 straight Rose Bowls, a trip to the Frozen Four for the men's hockey team in 2010, and then a women's national championship in 2011. I also got a chance to know the Kessel family pretty well, and as you know, their name is pretty much synonymous with hockey royalty. So that was neat to get to know them and kind of share that love for Minnesota hockey in our little Madison bubble. But all the while, I dreamed of coming back home to cover the teams that I grew up cheering for, the Twins, the Wild, and the Gophers. So when an opportunity opened up at Fox Sports North just over a year ago, I jumped at it. I can honestly say that this is my dream job, and yes, I do realize that watching a hockey game and talking about it for a living hardly qualifies as work, but I definitely feel blessed to have this opportunity and to be in this position. As many of you in this room can probably attest to, being a woman in the sports world is not easy. Whether it's on the ice or at the anchor desk, when we make a mistake, people are quick to say, it's because she's a woman. And I think our skill level and even our credibility sometimes can be gone so much more quickly than if our male counterparts made the exact same mistake. But instead of focusing on the things that aren't so great about being a woman in sports, I like to view it more as a challenge to get better and better each and every day. A smart person once told me the separation is in the preparation, meaning that if you go into something prepared, you're going to stand out for the better. The person who told me that is now an NFL quarterback. He's a Super Bowl winning quarterback named Russell Wilson, who I got to know in his time at Wisconsin. But those 6 words, again, the separation is in the preparation, can really be applied to all aspects of life. And personally, I've found great comfort and encouragement from this idea. We're all competitors here, and we all want to be the very best in whatever it is that we choose to do. So whether it's a big game, or trying out for the next level, or in my case, a job, if we put the time and the effort into preparing adequately, there's really no need for nerves. There's no need to second guess ourselves or our ability because we're ready. All of the young women here today have already accomplished so much. And the fact that each of you Ms. Hockey finalists wears a C on your sweater tells me that not only are you a great athlete, you're also a great teammate and a great person, and that's going to take you the farthest in life. As for advice, I certainly don't have it all figured out, but I will say that one of my favorite compliments is when people tell me they're surprised by me. Surprised that I am where I am today, or surprised by the fact that I usually know what I'm talking about when it comes to sports. Most of you have probably had your doubters too. Those who told you at some point in your life, you're not good enough, you're too slow, you'll never make it at the next level. Maybe you even believe them. But guess what? All those people who ever doubted you, you've surprised them. Maybe you've even surprised yourself. You're at the top of your game. You're sitting here among the very best hockey players in the state of hockey, which is pretty cool. And for the 5 of you Ms. Hockey finalists, you're all going to play hockey at the Division I level, and that's such an accomplishment in and of itself. So keep surprising them. Write on your heart that you will get better in some small way every day. You've already accomplished so much, so why not go for more? Congrats to all the award finalists today. I can't wait to see what you do in the years to come, and just remember that you've already earned one of the highest distinctions at the high school level, and that wherever you go, you will have the full support of the state of hockey behind you. So we'll see you on the ice.
You know, that's one thing you might want to keep in mind is surprising people. Jamie, look at it as a good way. I've had to grow into that role. I used to get mad the first time I know I'd go up for an interview, and you could see it on their face. What does this blonde have to say to me? Or here we go. You can just see it on their faces, whether it was a player or a coach. And as soon as you start talking, you see that face change. I used to get mad at that. I used to be like, he's a jerk. Now I look forward to it. I want it. And when I see it, I just laugh. Or, you know, I'm just happy about the fact that it doesn't bother me anymore. You'll face that in life. And this is the way I look at it. There's a lot of things, a lot of unwritten rules for women when they go into business or if they go into college or you start playing the game. And I always think of this. Okay, so women have it different than men, but there are rules in the game of hockey that I don't like. There's rules in soccer I don't like. No one likes getting thrown out of a face-off circle, right? No one likes getting a goal called back, but those are the rules of the game. And so how I always say to people is, this is the rule. If you don't like it, find another game to play. So as a woman in a male-dominated world, yeah, is it fair that we have to look good and the guy can roll out and have no hair and, you know, or have a mustache and we're like, her hair was out of place or, ooh, her roots are showing. Whatever. It's part of the game. That's what I say. You know what? If I don't want to, it's the unwritten rule. If I don't want to have that rule, I'm not going to play the game. Well, speaking of games, you may have heard there were some games going on at the XL this weekend. We've got a lot of people to congratulate, a lot of awards to get to, but I want to call up a couple of coaches first. We're going to start first with Hill Murray head coach Bill Schaffhauser, if he can join us, please. Bill, I'm going to put you on the hot spot. Don't give me that look either, like, what has this blonde got to say to me? Or you can. Now I just laugh. Nice to meet you. First of all, and please don't be shy, don't be quiet. Congratulations for the very first ever state championship for Hill Murray. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Now, I know as a coach, you always tell your team to be prepared. Jamie said that. Your team very prepared. And for a school that's come in with no titles before, can you speak to how poised your girls were in that situation?
Yeah, I think that was kind of the key to the weekend. I like a lot of the themes and the comments that are made by the guests today, so I appreciate those. The organization part is all done by my assistant, Cesare Engstrom. But the preparation that the girls put in and the opportunity that was before them was a great challenge, and they did really well.
You know, when you get number 1 and number 2 facing each other, it can be just such a hard-fought battle, and it certainly was. But your girls, I think, and I hate to say this, but some people say, we were surprised that it wasn't a closer game. But it was for the most part. What was the difference when your girls got separation on the scoreboard? Was it a mental difference? What was it?
Yeah, I mean, timing is everything. It's a tough weekend for both teams. Benilde's an awesome team, and I thought we got better each game as the weekend progressed, and our hope and comments the whole time for preparing for that championship game was just to relax and try to leave it all on the ice, and they did that, and things worked out.
What kind of advice do you have? I know when you look out in this crowd, next year, I guarantee there's going to be a lot of girls from Hill Murray now and a lot of younger girls that are inspired to go play hockey now. Well, do you have any words of advice for the young women sitting here that some of them are going to go on to college and some of them have been through those battles and not won a state championship?
Yeah, it's interesting you asked that. I talked a little bit about that in a couple comments at the Wednesday night banquet, and I truly hope that a lot of these girls continue on and give back to the game, come back, try to coach, stay involved. I think we need more female coaches, and they're great ambassadors to the game. I mean, I love what the Ms Hockey and the goaltenders represent here, and I think they have great futures, and it would be great if they could come back and contribute.
What is it like to coach girls? I have a friend of mine, he's a male, he coaches women, and he said, you know what, I love it, but I know everything about it. I know about their boyfriends, I know about their aunts and uncles, I know about what dress they're wearing tomorrow. I didn't have that with the guys. What is the best part for you about coaching girls?
The giggles. You know, it was funny last night, biggest game of their lives, but Tori Holt, the reporter for Channel 45, was asking, you know, your team just seems so happy and crazy, and they're fun to watch, and that for me said it all. They truly play for the joy of the game and for the jersey that they wear. They take a lot of pride in that, and the girls have great perspective on what hockey brings.
And personally for you, as the time ticked down and you knew that you had the championship, what was going through your mind as a coach?
A little bit stunned. You're so happy for the girls. Driving here probably sunk in more today than even last night. It's quite a journey as a coach in the program, and I was so happy for them, and every day it gets a little bit better.
Well, it's well earned. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Round of applause. See, Bill, it wasn't that bad, right? It wasn't that bad, right? That's okay. Next up, we're going to call up a coach that, unfortunately, the other side of the game is being in the really tough battles and not coming out the victor. East Grand Forks, valiant effort yesterday. They lost to Blake. Head coach Jim Scanlon is going to come up here, and let me tell you, I have had to talk to coaches after games like this, and I'm so in honor of coaches that will step up and talk to us after a tough loss. How are your girls handling it today, knowing that this is the dream of everyone to walk away with a state title?
You know what, I think they're handling it pretty well. That's my team over there with the sweats and the hats. Yeah. We've been in a hotel since Tuesday, and we have a 5-hour bus trip home, so there's no way I was telling those girls they had to dress up for this banquet.
I like the way it is. I told you, sometimes I don't wear a dress. I love it. And also you have Maddie, who's sitting up here.
We are absolutely thrilled to have Maddie Gulstead up here as one of the 5 senior goalie finalists, and congratulations to the other 4 and to all the Ms Hockey finalists.
What did you learn about your team in yesterday's game?
Well, they didn't surprise me. This group has been so focused right from the day one. They had a goal to win a very tough section. As most people know, Warroad has been down here 5 years in a row, and we were able to beat them in their home rink. And once we celebrated the win over Thief after the section final, this group refocused and put winning a state title as their goal, and I was just very proud of how they went about it.
And when you get this far, and it doesn't matter if you're wearing sweats or your hats, it's your heart that really counts. What did you say to your team after?
Well, I told them that they're a championship team, and championship teams walk together forever. And these girls will have memories that'll last a lifetime. And I told them 15, 20 years from now, you'll do something, you'll see something, and it's going to bring you right back to this moment, and you're going to get goosebumps remembering those times with that team. And that's what walking together forever means.
Well, Bill told us about the giggles. I truly believe that some of the best coaches learn from each team that they coach. What is maybe the number one lesson this year that you have learned from that group of girls right there?
Oh, just how focused and how competitive they are. That was a group that was not gonna take a backseat to anybody, and I just, for me personally, coming to the rink every day was just a joy. There was zero drama in this group. They came to practice every day and worked extremely hard, and that's a rarity with any team.
When I looked at some of those goals, and they were tough, and Maddie, I'm telling you, the one that they have really had to basically take the whole team and kick under your pads to get in there was very difficult. When you look at a goalie like Maddie, and you see the blood, sweat, and tears that the whole team does, but we all know goalies are a little different. And they right, in a good way, you know, I'm not saying in a bad way, but they have to carry the weight of the team, and I mean, some goalies love it when tons of pucks come at them. Some of them like kind of being a little quiet in the net. What can you say is the best thing about her?
I was a goalie.
Enough said. No.
You're standing up here saying we're a little different.
You are a little different, right? Come on, you know, to have people hurl an icy puck at your head, you know, I don't know, 50 miles an hour? What's the fastest you face?
There's nothing different about any of these young ladies. They're all remarkable. No, we're very, very proud of Maddie because she this year she put in so much time away from just practice. She would spend, after every practice, she was working out. She did a lot of stuff to improve her balance. She was very conscientious of her diet, and she just worked extremely hard to become a better athlete. And the results were out there for everybody to see. And so we're just very, very proud of what she's accomplished and where she's at today.
And we're proud of everyone from East Grand Forks. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Now I'm going to call up Dale Sager, who is going to present what we've all been waiting for. He's going to present these awards. Dale.
Good afternoon. I can't tell you how honored and humbled I am to have this be my first act as president of the MGHCA, to be up here and honor some of these teams and individuals that are here this afternoon. Big thank you to Let's Play Hockey, the Minnesota Wild, the Minnesota State High School League, the players, the parents that got these kids to the rink every day, and family members who are also here today. For a great season that we had this year for high school hockey. So thank you to everybody. We are going to start out with the team section academic awards. The MGHCA also does an individual award that you can find in Let's Play Hockey, probably next issue. But we have over 135 seniors this year with a 3.8 cumulative GPA or higher that were given this honor. So that's a great credit to our student athlete that we have in girls hockey as well. At this time, I'm going to do the Class A team academic winners, and from section 1A, Red Wing. Uh, 2A, Litchfield, Dassel, Cokato. 3A, Laverne High School. From 4A, Chisago Lakes High School. Five A is Orono. 6A's champion is Alexandria. 7A, Hibbing Chisholm. And 8A, Thief River Falls. When all the A-team people come on up, we'll get some pictures taken over by to the left there if they wish. So. Congratulations to the Class A Team Academic Award winners, and after we go through AA, we'll name the 2 state winners as well. So we'll jump into AA here. Section 1 AA, Dodge County. Section 2 AA, Eden Prairie. Section 3 AA, Eastview. Section 4 AA, White Bear Lake. Section 5 AA, Blaine. Section 6 AA, Maple Grove. Section 7 AA, Cloquet Esco Carlton. And Section 8 AA, North Wright County. Again, now if parents want to come up and take some pictures, we'll the Class AA state section academic winners. We also have a state AA and state A winner, and how this is accumulated is you take your top 12 GPAs from your section roster and get an average of it. This year's AA winner from Cloquet Esco Carlton with an amazing 3.875 average GPA, the Lumberjacks of Cloquet Esco Carlton. Our Class A winner this year with a GPA of 3.952, Litchfield Dasso Coqueto.
not bad. I laugh because I'm the chair of the academic committee now, and just they always ask me, I'm like, see, Everett? Oh, yeah. It's irony at its finest. Again, those teams and girls, it's a incredible tribute to our student athlete that we have here in girls hockey. We have some smart ones out there, and that just shows it there. So we'll move on now. We're going to get into all-state honorable mention awards, and we will start with Class A. Michaela Kiro of Proctor Hermantown. From East Grand Forks, Mac Lange. Ellie Martini, Orono. Samantha Muggy, Evelyn Gilbert area. Catherine Spurlock, Orono. Carly Bullock, the Blake School. From South St. Paul, Bridget Miller. From Winona, Carly Moran. From East Grand Forks, which we talked about all weekend being just a fantastic hockey name, Coco Pache. From New Ulm, Brooke Schugel. From Red Wing, Emily Stagora. From Red Wing, Ashley Corcoran. And from East Grand Forks, Maddie Gallstead. That is your 2014 Class A honorable mention. Parents, come get your photos. And congratulations, girls. That would probably, yes. This would probably be the right crowd for that either. What's that? Yes, yeah. Either or. I know.
as we move on to the Class AA honorable mention, from Hillmurray, Brittany Anderson. Kelsey Crow, Minnetonka. Taylor Flaherty, Lakeville North. Emily Gunderson, Dodge County. McKenzie Stephan, Hillmurray. From Armstrong Cooper, Emma Terez. Jesse Unny, Rochester Century. Corbin Boyd, Hopkins. From Burnsville, Lindsay Coleman. Charlie Dahlquist, Eden Prairie. From Dodge County, Darby Dodds. Blair Parent, Anoka. From Buffalo, Lindsay Rothke. From Blaine, Amy Schlegel. Sophia Shaver, Wayzata. Samantha Swanstrom, Blaine. From Cretin-Durham Hall, Paige Voigt. Brittany Wheeler, Benilde St. Margaret's. Hannah Gettle, Champlain Park. From Benilde St. Margaret's, Abby Miller. And Maddie Rooney, Andover. Your 2014 All-State AA Honorable Mention. The Class A All-State from War Road, Lynn Astrup. Anna Barlow, South St. Paul. From St. Paul United, Kate Hallett. Brianna Jordy, Thief River Falls. From Orono, Haley Nielsen. Alev Bisoy, St. Paul United. From Thief River Falls, Emily Berglund. From Proctor Hermantown, Riley Fawcett. Demi Gardner, War Road. Reagan Haley, Red Wing. Rebecca Kolstead, Mankato East. Carly Lund, the Blake School. Nicole Schammel, Red Wing. Becky Smith, Orono. Sydney Conley, South St. Paul. From Totino Grace, Logan Knipp. And from Thief River Falls, Francis Marshall. Your 2014 Class A All-State. Well, no, you're the first name I'm going to announce it. Huh? Sydney. Congratulations again, girls. The Class AA All-State from Minnetonka, Sydney Baldwin. Grace Bazal, Hopkins. From Eden Prairie, Lauren Boyle. Danny Sadik, Lakeville North. Becca Sendin, Wyzetta. From Mounds View, Bella Sutton. From Hillmurray, Sarah Bobrowski. Samantha Donovan, Irondale. Kirsten Falk, Blaine. Alexis Joyce, Lakeville North. From Benilde St. Margaret's, Kelly Panic. Dana Rasmussen, Dodge County. Caitlin Riley, Benilde St. Margaret's. From Hopkins, Nina Rogers. Taylor Williamson, Edina. Hannah Ersman, Minnetonka. And from Hopkins, Aaron O'Neill. Your 2014 Class AA All-State. If you have a teammate or possible friend that was not here today and you can pick up their award for them, I'm told you can come pick it up for them at the front table. I hope so. I can quit whenever. Yeah, stop right now. Okay, we'll see you. Yeah. Congratulations again, girls. We should probably give them a round of applause. Over the weekend, the Coaches Association voted for the Class A and Class AA Coaches of the Year, and we have a trophy for them here today. So I would like to announce the Class AA Coach of the Year is Tracy Casano of Burnsville High School. The Class A Coach of the Year from East Grand Forks, Jim Scanlon. We can do it that way. That's fine. The Minnesota Hockey Girls Association also gives out three scholarships this year, and one is the Charlie Stryker Foundation Scholarship, which Charlie was a pioneer in girls hockey. As when he passed, we put a scholarship in his name, and he was just inducted into our Hall of Fame as well. This year's winner is Kirsten Rudy of Hastings High School. Our other fundraiser is with cooperative with Adrenaline Fundraising, and we have two winners this year. North Wright County's Annie Marie Harold. Our other winner from Spring Lake Park, Kelly Morris. The last award that we'll be giving out this afternoon, other than the two big ones, is the Brano Stankowski Award. This award was put in place last year in memory of longtime Blake coach Brano Stankowski. He was involved with the MGHCA and was a mentor to a lot of younger coaches, I know including myself. This award is given to somebody who gives back to girls hockey, to the MGHCA, and just the community in general. This year, presenting the award will be Angie Dahlof, the daughter of Brano, and Hayden Dahlof, his granddaughter. This year's winner is longtime coach and mentor and he's involved in everything and helps us out a ton, is Bill Hallbrenner.
It is a humbling honor to win an award in Brownow's name. He was a huge part of our girls hockey program, and this memorable fact sticks with me from an occasion we had last fall to honor Brownell in our first group of Hall of Famers. Those from Blake certainly will know this, but one of the traits that Brownell had was always helping other players from other teams to gain recognition, scholarship, and recommendation, as well as members of his own team. He was totally for all girls succeeding in the game of hockey. I too want to see the great game grow so that many more girls will get involved. I spent 25 years on the boys' side, and this is my 20th year, our 20th year, on the girls' side, 10 of which were in coaching and 10 in an administrative role. I was very fortunate to have 2 Ms. Hockey candidates during my coaching time, one of which won it in '06, Allie Thunstrom, and she went 4 years to BC. Our program in Minnesota is right up there with the best in the world, and Brownell and others helped put it there. It is indeed an honor to receive this award representing an individual who puts so much effort into girls hockey in Minnesota. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Bill, and congratulations. That will conclude my part, and I'm going to give it back to Don here.
I think Bill brought up something that we all know here, but it should be said out loud, that this is the state of hockey, but it is, I think, and I was born and raised in New England, the best place for a girl, a woman, a female to play the game of hockey. It's amazing what you have at your fingertips. It's amazing what women have become. You see women like Erica, who Ms. Hockey, went to the Gophers, represented her country. I think the majority, if you look at some of the USA teams, women come from New England, majority, Michigan, or Minnesota. But Minnesota, I believe, has the best. When I first got here, Lou Nanny kind of took me under his wing. I call him the godfather of hockey, I'm sure you all do. And it was my very first state hockey tournament, girls first and boys. I had never experienced anything like it. I have been to hundreds of hockey tournaments in my life. And this one blew me away. And I remember Lou putting his arm around me and saying, "Girl, you ain't seen nothing yet. This is the state of hockey." And I just want to tell you, I'm here 9 years now. I can tell you hands down, I'm sure you all appreciate it, and when you get older, you will. This is the best place for a female to play the game. Now we're going to get to the part of the program that you all want to. We're going to hand out the Ms. Hockey, of course, and the Senior Goalie Awards. We're going to start and interview some of the senior goalie candidates. And I know I've already been taking some grief saying goalies are a little different. But we all know it's true in a good way. I love it. I love it. It's like the quarterback of a football team, the starting pitcher on a baseball team. They've got the weight of the world on their shoulders and a whole team to back them up. So we're going to start first with Hannah Erisman from Minnetonka. Hannah, come on out. You don't hate me for saying you guys are a little different, right? I mean it in a great way because you know to make a team, there's more pressure on goalies. There's less of them. You know that. So what is if you could say, the number one pressure point of your entire career in high school, if you remember that situation, what was it?
I would have to say our section semifinal game against Benilde, because I knew that our team had to work our hardest to shut them down offensively, and I knew I was probably gonna see a lot of shots, so I had to be ready for that.
Do you have any kind of quirky thing you do before the game when you knew the pressure was on you?
Not really, but I have some pre-game rituals I do. Can you share them? Me and my teammate Diana Dreher take a pre-game pic and tweet that, and then give each other back massages. But
So what if someone's sick? What if she doesn't show up? Do you make her come out of her deathbed to do this? I mean, because it becomes something that has to be done, right?
we've never had to deal with that, so I wouldn't know what we would do.
You can't go anywhere. You got to follow her to college and everywhere else. To be part of this today, to be honored up here is what we're joking around the wedding banquet table, and to be up for the Senior Hockey Award, what does this mean to you?
I'm just really grateful and honored to be up for this position along with all these other great goaltenders. Everyone, each of them deserve it, and they've worked so hard their whole not life, but whole hockey career to get here, and I don't know, just really grateful for it.
It is your whole life, because you spend the majority of your, if you're not at school, thinking about hockey, right?
Yeah. Eat, sleep, play hockey. What's that? Eat, sleep, play hockey.
If you had to tell some of the younger girls about eat, sleep, and play hockey, I think you should write a book, by the way. It'd be a fun movie. What would you tell yourself as a little girl at this point?
I would say, treasure every moment because it goes by fast, and don't wish it away. Just I don't remember who was saying it earlier, but you do, when you're little, you're always oh, I want to play high school, and then, during high school, you're oh, I can't wait to play college, and you just always wish it away, so enjoy every moment.
And where are you going to play college?
Penn State.
She's a smarty one, too. Penn State. All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
Hannah Arisman from Minnetonka. Next up, her coach just won Coach of the Year. He's the one giving me grief. Well-earned and well-deserved. And may I add, this team in the corner is exactly what I was talking about earlier, to show how loyal you are to the game and to your coach, and to exemplify and to show up even when maybe you didn't want to, and it's well worth the journey. East Grand Forks. Maddie Gallstad, everyone. Hi, Maddie. So, Maddie, when you saw your coach come up here and he was saying all these nice things about you, you were a little embarrassed, right? So what was going through your head?
Just that he's pushed me ever since I was a freshman, and I look up to him because he was a goalie, and just that he supports me, and my team supports me too. I don't know, I'm really bad at talking.
No, you're awesome. You're awesome. What was the number one thing he taught you as a goalie?
My angles, and always come out and be aggressive because I'm not the tallest person. So.
She's not. I think she has heels on too. Yep. A lot of people think goalies should be fast, should be quick, should be flexible, you're all of that, but when you can't fill out the whole goal sometimes, what is your special trick to appear larger than life? Because we know it's not all in the pads, that's for sure.
I just kind of heels on top of the crease, I guess, and kind of set myself there. I don't know. Sometimes I just wonder how I save that. So
You're like, oh, there it is. I got it.
Yeah, that's how I feel sometimes. But, I mean, all the angles and stuff really help because that's what you got to do, I guess.
Where are you going to college?
I'm not going anywhere. But I'm going to go to UND for aviation, though.
You're going to be a pilot?
Yeah, fly people around.
Once they find out what you can do in goal, though, there's going to be some pull. There's going to be some pull. What are you going to do? Say, no, I'm going to be a pilot?
I don't know. I guess no one's really talked to me, but it'd be really cool if someone did.
What is it about flying that makes you want to be a pilot and go into the aviation program?
Well, I used to want to be going in the Air Force, but again, I was too short. So I was just like, what makes me happy? I like going in the air and stuff.
fighting against fighting against gravity, right?
Yeah. I thought it'd be really cool just to fly around the world and experience that.
What does this mean to be part of this today and to be up here?
It means everything. Just first of all, the support from my town really helps, and the support from my team. They're all laughing at me right now, but
That's what teammates do.
yeah, they push me every day in practice. Me and Lexi go at it every day. And whoever scores, or if I save it, and we get really mad at each other sometimes.
Well, one thing I don't want you to say when you're flying a plane is, I don't know how I got this thing up in the air. Okay. Maddie, thank you so much. All right. Oh. Next up from North Wright County, we have Alex Lemaire. Hi, Alex. Hi, nice to meet you. Well, you don't have the same problem that Maddie does. You're not tiny in goal, right? And does the height help you, you believe?
I would say so. It makes me, I have long legs, so it gives me the ability to kind of make those stretch saves. But
What is the hardest save you've ever had to make? Do you see it in slow motion? Every goalie has one of those.
oh goodness, probably, I mean, those one-time shots coming across the crease, especially if they go high.
What is the worst goal you've ever let in? Those are the nightmare ones that you see.
Gosh. Well, your soft goals, probably short side goals when they're coming down the wing.
What are your plans for next year?
I'm going to go and study biology at Ohio State University, play hockey.
Thank you for not saying the Ohio State. I really appreciate it.
No. I don't see it as a big deal to say the Ohio State University, but a lot of people do.
What is probably the number one greatest memory that you're going to take away from your hockey career?
There's a ton of them. Just the tournaments are generally the best. You get to make so many different memories with your teammates in the hotels, and then of course the games that you play. And I don't know, there's a lot of them.
And when you look at your fellow goalies up here, and you know they've all done what you've done to get here, what are your thoughts?
You guys, it's an honor to be up here with all of you. You're all fabulous goaltenders, and I wish you the best of luck in the future.
Are you going to support the Buckeye basketball team? It's persona non grata right now.
I'm a sports fanatic, so I support all Buckeye teams.
Well said. She might have my job next. All right, congratulations. All right, next up from Benilde St. Margaret's, we have Abby Miller. Hi. How are you? I don't mean to call you out or anything, but some of us here are having issues with our high heel shoes coming up for the awards, right? Sometimes it's better to be on skates, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not very good in heels.
That's okay. That's okay. Neither am I. Can you tell us when you're in a hard-fought game that you just played yesterday, and it doesn't go your way, and I know there's tears, and I know that it's everything that you dreamed of. Can you put into words what your feelings are after? Because you have to appreciate it at the same time.
Yeah, it was like fun to play my last high school game, like in the state championship, and like my team, like it was, I think we were more upset that it was like our last game that we lost. It was just hard to, like we grew up, like over the last 4 years, like us seniors like bonded so much, so it was hard for it to end.
You know, some of the best coaches say it's in the process. It's not in the wins and losses. And so you summed it up great, that, you know, the thing that's going to hurt the most is saying goodbye to your teammates. When you think of that and you move on to the next step, what's maybe the number one thing you learned from your teammates?
I don't know, just like, I don't know, just like,
How to depend on them, how to show up for them, how to wear better shoes.
yeah, just like always working hard and like pushing each other, and yeah.
What are your plans for next year?
I'm going to Syracuse University to play hockey and study engineering.
What made you pick Syracuse?
Well, like I want to be an engineer, and they have a really good engineering program, so yeah, that was like the biggest factor, and I like the coaches. So
And you like orange now, right?
yeah.
And finally, what do you have to say to your fellow goalies up here?
It's just a huge honor, and like they're all such good goalies, so it's just an honor to even be up here with them. So best of luck to them too.
Thank you. All right. And finally, from Hopkins, Erin O'Neill. Don't be nervous. It gets easier. What's your favorite color?
Royal blue.
There you go. We didn't plan that beforehand, I'm just saying. Greatest memories have been made here. Big mistakes have also been made here. And they're part of the growing process. What is the biggest mistake you've ever made in goal?
Wow. Well, you know, I've passed the puck to the other team a lot of times. I hit the post a couple times. My defenseman, especially Grace Bazal, has definitely saved my butt a lot, blocking a lot of shots in front of the net. She's kind of a third goalie or second goalie back there. So.
Do you have any rituals or, things that you don't like to talk about that you can share with us?
Well, you know, ritual-wise, I like to tape my stick before every game, and I don't like to let it touch the ground until after I get off the ice for warm-ups. And if it touches the ground, I have to retape it.
So you get there really early, right?
Yeah, you know, I like to get there pretty early. My team doesn't really like to, but we get there a little bit early, I guess.
Do forwards do that? Some defensemen? No, I'm just teasing about the goalies. I'm just teasing. When your teammates are there for you and they see you up here, I know that some of them have given you a hard time in a good way. What is the number one thing that, if you could say to your teammates, that has made your life special over the past 4 years? What would it be?
You know, we have an awesome group of girls. We have so much fun together. We're always laughing, singing, joking in the locker room, and we just have had so many great memories together. And I love you all, and you guys are all awesome people. And I'm so excited to see what you guys do in the next few years.
And what are you doing next year?
I'm actually going to Boston University, so we're kind of rivals a little bit here.
Next. No. Congrats. Yeah. I love the Terriers. I do. I love the Terriers. All right, the time has now come. We are going to announce the Senior Goalie of the Year.
Before I present the award, first a little background on how both awards are chosen. Criteria for the award include academics, community service, extracurricular activities, citizenship, coachability, which is a word I believe we made up, and of course, on-ice performance. During the season, we at Let's Play Hockey solicit nominations from all the high school coaches. After compiling the nominees, voting takes place over several weeks with a panel of high school coaches and Division I and Division III women's college coaches, especially from the upper Midwest area. The finalists and winners of both awards are decided based on those votes. The first of our two major awards, the Let's Play Hockey Senior Goalie of the Year, is in its 16th year. Winners of this award have gone on to accomplish some pretty big things in the sport and beyond. Inaugural winner Katie Bodie is a registered nurse at Regions. Past honorees have served as college hockey assistant coaches, including 2000 winner Sherry Vogt at Minnesota State and 2009 winner Laura Bellamy at Harvard. Then there's 2006 winner Alana McCready, who after winning 2 NCAA titles at Wisconsin, is now a country music singer with a recently released single to her name. Finally, there's 2008 winner Alyssa Grogan, who helped the Gophers to 2 WCHA titles and 1 national championship, and is now a middle school teacher for Teach for America. In all, recipients of this award have gone on to win almost 400 college hockey games, 7 conference college titles, and 6 NCAA championships. They've also worn the red, white, and blue of Team USA and have suited up as pro hockey players with the Minnesota Whitecaps. The 5 finalists for this year's Let's Play Hockey Senior Goal of the Year award combined for a 1.33 goals against average, a .939 save percentage, and a grade point average of 3.63. In addition, as you heard, 4 of the 5 plan on playing college hockey at the Division I level beginning this fall. So without further ado, the 2014 Senior Goalie of the Year is, from Hopkins, Erin O'Neill.
Thank you. All right, well, wow. When my coach kind of told me that I need to write a speech, I'm kind of glad I actually ended up doing it because I think I'd probably stumble my way through if I didn't. First, I want to thank Let's Play Hockey and all the other sponsors for sponsoring this award and the wonderful banquet. I've spent a couple years here, and it just always seems to get better. Also, the media members for voting. I'd like to say thank you to all the other finalists on both sides of the table. All the forwards over here have definitely sniped me a few times in practices and in games, and I've had a lot of great memories with all the goalies on this side of the table and a lot of great competition with them. Next, I'd like to thank all my teammates. You guys are all awesome. A goalie's success really is determined by how well their teammates play and how hard they're willing to work in all 3 zones of the ice. And my teammates did an awesome job of doing that and blocking shots and all of that in the D zone for me. I really wouldn't have wanted to spend my senior year with any other group of girls. I also want to thank my goalie coach, Zach Sikic, and all the coaches at Pro Hybrid. I've improved, and it's all because of all their efforts and hard work. To Coach Smart, Coach Mac, Becky, and Coach P, and Mr. Knaus, I want to thank you for all your support and coaching over the last 6 years. You have taught me how to be a great player on the ice and an even better person off of it, and I really wouldn't be the person I am today without all of your hard work and determination in working with me. To my family, I want to say thank you for your unwavering love and support throughout my entire career. Being able to look up after warm-ups after every game or before every game and see you 4 in the stands has really meant the world to me, and it made every game really feel like a home game no matter where we were playing. You've taught me to be humble, hardworking, and always to persevere through whatever comes my way, no matter if it was good or bad. I'm so grateful for my time in high school hockey, and I just am so thankful for this award. So thank you.
You're making me tear up. That was awesome. Good thing you lifted, too, because that's heavy, isn't it? Okay, now we're going to go to the left side of the table. The finalists for Ms. Hockey. First, we're going to speak to Sydney Baldwin from Minnetonka. Stealth move, too, by the way, after the first awards, too. Make an exit. Let me tell you one thing. When I started coming here and watching a lot of the teams and what makes success, and you heard from all the goalies over here that it's teamwork. What is another portion of your success when it comes to maybe mental toughness, when it comes to knowing the game? What has been the hardest thing for you to be that successful key on the ice?
Well, you know, I think it all kind of comes down to hard work and your team kind of coming together. So I'm really grateful that our team, you know, how we played this year, and I'm proud of everything we accomplished. But I think it all kind of comes down to teamwork and the culture on the team and meshing together and peaking at the right time.
And I know you look out in the crowd now and people are starting to get emotional because things are starting to sink in because we're saying it, like people like me are saying it a little too much. What are some of the hardest things that you're going to have to let go of? Like, what are you going to miss the most?
I'm going to miss so much just the culture at Minnetonka. You know, it was a great program and youth program to grow up in, and I've been blessed with so many great coaches and teammates throughout the years. So definitely just going to miss the overall experience in Minnetonka.
So we've been sitting here kind of at the wedding banquet portion of the table. So I know that you're going to the U of M, going to play for the Gophers. How does that feel to take that next step and to be able to watch the team that you're playing for right now when you're in high school?
You know, it's so special. I love going to Ritter and watching them play, and I'm really grateful to be able to extend my hockey career for another 4 years, and so excited to be playing and attending at the University of Minnesota.
Is it a little nerve-wracking knowing that you're going to a program that might be on the road to a three-peat?
You know, it's not nerve-wracking, but, you know, I'm really excited for them. They've had so much success in the past years, and I hope that continues for them.
To be Ms. Hockey, what would that mean to you?
It's such an honor. There's so many great athletes and people associated with that name, and I'm just very grateful to be up here with, you know, these people on both sides of this table.
Well, good luck. Thank you. Next up, Sam Donovan from Irondale. So Sam, you're going to Brown, right? You're going to leave town, leave all your friends and family, and I know that's the next journey. What is the most exciting thing you're looking forward to going east?
I'm looking forward to earning a really good education as well as playing a sport that I love.
Was that important to you when you decided, listen, I love hockey, but this is X, Y, and Z, what I want to do?
Yeah, education was really important because, I mean, you can only go so far in women's hockey right now. So education is really important.
What do you want to do outside of hockey?
I want to be a pharmacist.
Really? Get to know her. I've had the flu this year. When you look at your teammates, and I mean from Irondale, and such a strong program, just like many of the programs here, what's the number one thing that your coaches have taught you that you did not know coming in? Like you'd be like, okay, I know about teamwork and I know that I have to do this, but something that might have stuck out. Like for Jamie, when it was perseverance, preparation, what's it for you? What did you learn?
That leadership is really important on a team.
And did you embrace that role?
I hope so.
I think you did. You're sitting up here tonight. And what does Ms. Hockey, the chance of being named Ms. Hockey, and to be up here with the goalies and the other players that are so talented, has that sunk in for you yet?
Not really.
What does that mean to you?
I'm really honored because all these girls are really amazing to my left and to my right, and actually all the girls out here, and I think that's shown how much that the girls' hockey has improved.
And you know a lot of these girls already, right?
Yeah.
So when you face against them and girls' hockey has improved, you know that you might see them down the road.
Of course, probably.
All right, thank you very much. I appreciate it. That's Sam Donovan. Next up, Kelly Panic from Benilde St. Margaret's. Kelly, just like everyone sitting at the table with you, I think I heard many people say they don't like facing you as a goalie. They don't like it when Panic's on the ice because you don't panic. And you knew that was coming. Come on, right? I got to throw in one cheesy line. But you're such a strong player. Your shot placement is amazing. And you really get your teammates behind you. How does that feel when you hear fellow goalies and other opponents talk that way about your game?
It's really an honor. We have great goalies up here, all 5 of them. And that's fun having a really good goalie, Nabby, on your team. Kind of gives you some extra practice because you always have to be on point during practice to score. And then playing against a lot of these girls over here, they make it tough. And it's always fun playing against them. So to hear them say that, it's quite an honor.
What is your number one memory you're going to take away from your high school days?
Probably the state tournament, even though it didn't end how we wanted it to. Just being able to have that experience with our team, it was so fun, and it's something I'd never trade.
When you have that experience, and not many teams can get there, and not many teams can be in the championship game, what did you learn about yourself as a player going forward?
I think probably just kind of to enjoy everything, and when you don't focus necessarily as much on the result of things tend to go better, and you have more fun doing it, and it's just a time that you never forget, and during that whole experience, it was just such a blast.
You're also going to the U. You sound already like Brad Frost. It's in the process. It's not about the result. That mindset is what really sets everyone here in this room apart from it, because it's not just about the wins and losses. But what is your best win that you've ever had that made you feel like, I love this game?
Probably during sections, either the final or semifinal. Those were 2 huge games for us, and it kind of what made this whole dream happen of going to state. So those 2 games were probably some of the best games that I've been a part of.
Now that you can concentrate on your collegiate career ahead, what are you thinking about the Gophers when you sit there and watch? Do you already feel like you're part of the team? Are you getting nervous too, or is it just something that hasn't really set in yet?
It hasn't really set in quite yet, but knowing a lot of the girls that go there and kind of knowing what their team's all about, it's exciting. It's hopefully going to be fun being there, and it'll be fun playing with a lot of these girls too.
What's the number one thing your coach taught you in high school here?
Probably just to have fun and work together, stay calm, kind of all that, because that's 3 things. But just to stay calm.
How to count?
Yeah, how to count too. No, I mean just to stay calm and that's when you play your best, is when you're calm and composed.
Well, you're calm and composed now. I'm more nervous up here. Well, good luck to you. All right. Thanks. She just looked at me like, yeah, whatever. All right, next up, Nina Rogers from Hopkins. Nina. Hi. All right, first and foremost, let's hop to the future. What are your plans after this year?
I'm also going to Minnesota and planning to major in physics.
Major in physics.
Yeah, I like numbers.
Maybe you can hang out with the pilot to be over there, all right? That's awesome. So when you step on the ice then, does your physics interest help you at all? Do you think about the trajectory of the shot or any of that, or is it just all natural?
Not so much. It's just shooting. I don't know.
What's your favorite memory of this whole experience? 4 years, not just this year, but every single year.
Just having a family. I mean, the team's not just a team, it's a family, and we really grown to love each other, and that's the best part about being a high school player.
Yeah, you learn how to lose together, but also each other's quirks, right? Who was the funniest girl on your team?
Oh, I'd have to say Stella. She's a little mongrel.
A mongrel?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
It's Stella. Mm-hmm.
What does Stella do that's so funny?
Being herself. Just
Who's the messiest on your team?
Jolene. She's a mess. Yeah.
You got a mongrel and a mess. You got quite a team there. All right, who is the quirkiest? And I know, I mean, you can say it's yourself, but it's not. Who is the quirkiest, like that has the most rules, and I don't want my stick touching before I hit the ice. I got to retape it. Who's that on your team?
I don't know. We're all pretty quirky. Yeah.
What's yours?
I don't know. You don't have one. I probably have a lot, but I don't remember. Quirky.
What is the most upsetting moment that if you could go back and change in your hockey career, the one that when you go to bed, you're like, well, I played great that game, the one that sticks in your head that was a learning moment, what was it?
Probably the loss to Wayzata. So it was a really hard-fought game. It was going back and forth, and I felt like I could do more, but it just didn't work out.
So you think about that every time you step on the ice, you could do more?
It's a lot of motivation, yeah. Yeah.
All right, well, good luck to you. All right. Okay, next up we have Nicole Schammel from Red Wing. Don't worry, I'm not going to ask you about your quirks or who's the messiest. When you're the last one to talk now, not to make you nervous, and you see everything that's going on right now, are you soaking in this moment?
Yeah, for sure. It's cool to see everyone here, and obviously the biggest turnout, so it's really cool to see.
When you first laced up hockey skates, can you remember that moment? How old you were and if you fell, or what were your first thoughts? Like, I really want to do this.
Yeah, I remember my first pair of skates. My parents made me get figure skates just because that was what we had. And then I was like, no, I want hockey skates. And I got my first pair of hockey skates and never really looked back.
That was a great moment, wasn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
When you look ahead that you're going to leave behind your teammates and your coach and go on to something new, first of all, what is your next step and what are you going to miss the most?
Well, next year I'm going to Minnesota State University. And I'm for sure just going to miss our team the most because this year we came together so much as a team. And it was so much fun and didn't end the way that we wanted to, but we had a great time together and we'll really miss each other.
You know, the message here is things may not end as you want, but you still took away some great memories. That is the biggest, probably, turning point for an athlete to get to that point. Has that made you a better athlete in your mind?
Yeah, I think so. We lost to Blake in double overtime in the semifinals this year. And the next day, we didn't even really want to play the next game, obviously, because we were so upset because our goal was obviously to get to the state championship. But I think having to play in the next game and coming out with a win for the third place really made all of us better people and better athletes.
Gave you integrity, huh?
Yeah, for sure.
When you look at all the candidates here for goalie and Ms. Hockey, what do you have to say to them?
I think it's an honor for all of us to be up here together, and we've all worked really hard for this, so it's just really cool that we all are up here and we're all grateful to be here.
All right. Now the time has come to announce Ms. Hockey, and I just think the key point is it's not what they do on the ice, it's their academic achievements, it's their coachability. I think that is a word. It's what they do in the community. It's how they are as people, as leaders, as young women going forward. And even though only one person is going to join this exclusive sorority of Ms. Hockey winners, I think everyone in this room takes away a big portion of what it means to be Ms. Hockey. So I think you should all congratulate yourselves as you're congratulating our soon-to-be announced winner.
Like the recipients of the Senior Goal of the Year award, Ms. Hockey winners have certainly made their mark on the game of hockey. Inaugural winner Winnie Brodt is a two-time national champion, a member of the Minnesota Whitecaps, and the owner of her own hockey company. Then there's 2000 Ms. Hockey Chrissy Wendell, a two-time national champion and two-time Olympic medalist, and current assistant coach at Cretin-Durham Hall. With Team USA, 2005 winner Gigi Marvin has won a trio of world championships and a pair of Olympic silver medals. More Ms. Hockey winners have entered the coaching ranks. In 1998, winner Laura Slominski at Edina, and 2003 and 2008 winners Andrea Nichols and Sarah Erickson at Concordia Moorhead. Away from hockey, there's 1997 winner Anna Marie Holmes, a captain and attorney in the Marine Corps, and 2006 winner Allie Thunstrom, a recent competitor in the U.S. speed skating trials. In all, the past 18 Ms. Hockey Award winners have won 16 national titles, 24 conference championships, and have amassed over 1,900 collegiate points. They've also played pro hockey and earned numerous medals as members of Team USA. This year's Ms. Hockey finalists have scored an average of 36 goals and 37 assists this season. They've spent countless hours volunteering, and they own a cumulative GPA of 3.66. All five, as you heard, will continue their academic and hockey careers at a Division I university this fall. The 2014 Ms. Hockey Award goes to, from Minnetonka, Sydney Baldwin.
Wow, I can honestly say I am somewhat speechless right now. I am just still trying to take this all in, and I can say I am honestly so honored to be up here and to receive this award. I have so much respect for all these Miss Hockey candidates. I can honestly say I know this award could have been given to any one of them. During the past 13 years of my hockey career, there have been so many people who've made such a positive influence on me, and I know I would have to be up here all afternoon if I had to mention them all. I would, however, like to put out a special thanks to the following individuals. Youth coaches Scott Bowman and Charles Morin. Special thanks to Dean Williamson and Winnie Brodt. Winnie, you have been so selfless with your time, knowledge, and passion for developing individuals across the state and made such an impact in my hockey career. To my high school coaches, Ogie and Mo, I would just like to say you guys have taught me so much, both on and off the ice, and been so instrumental in my development as a player, and I am so grateful to have been able to spend the past 4 years with you guys. To my teammates, I am so proud of everything we accomplished, not only this year, but in years past, and it has honestly been a journey I will never forget. I will miss you all dearly, but I will not be far. To my family, thank you for always being there for me and supporting me throughout my hockey career. And to Let's Play Hockey, the Minnesota Wild, and Shakopee Chevrolet, thank you for putting on this event and recognizing the players across the state for their accomplishments and promoting girls hockey within the state. I am so honored and grateful for this award. Thank you.
Can we one more time have a round of applause for our winners? Well, this has been a very enjoyable day for me personally, and I hope for all of you. I hope you've had a great time, and I hope that you enjoy these moments. In closing, I want to share a story just recently I've had with a highly decorated female hockey player, Natalie Darwitz, who I had mentioned earlier, as we know, is in Sochi. I had sent her a note saying that she was doing great as a broadcaster over in the Olympics, and I know that she had done a little bit here stateside before she went over there. And what she said to me is, I have no experience. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to get through it. And my answer to her was, your whole life has led you to this. Your whole life has been experience. You know the game of hockey. You're just now playing the game of hockey in a different way. Now you're on a different side of it, broadcasting it and teaching it. You're going to be an ace at this in just a couple months. And then we saw how she was in Sochi. So I guess what I'm saying to all of you is hockey teaches you things. You have the experience right now. You're going to take it forward with you. You just don't know how to use it in some circumstances. So just be patient. Know that you're a star at what you do, and everything that you're learning here, everything that you've learned over the past 4 years will take you so far in life because you've already learned what it takes to win, to lose, to support, and to be a good teammate. Thank you, everyone. I hope you had a great afternoon, and congratulations to all of our winners, especially Ms. Hockey, Sydney Baldwin. And we can't forget senior goalie either at all, Aaron O'Neill, even though you're going to be you. I'm just teasing. Congratulations, everyone. Thank you so much.